This is the S&P 500 ETF SPY one-day reading for January 8th, 2024. It's currently October 31st, 2023, 12:59 p.m. Eastern Time. The S&P 500 at the time of this reading, $416.74. That's USD. And the shuffle file that we're about to play for you here in the corner was created on October 25th, 2023 at 8:37 p.m. Eastern Time. That's this video right here. The overall theme and behavior, again, a nullification. Normally the Queen of Swords is a sharp drop that stands out in a period of volatility, but it's nullified, so it may be that sharp drop doesn't hold. It's somehow made irrelevant by chart behavior, and I think overall we may have a pretty wild kind of day, a sidewaysy day. It will start off at I think probably close to the lows of the day and probably finish close to the highs of the day. Hard to say, but it'll definitely open higher. We're going to open here at like a price level that's important on at least a 1-month scale, and I'll get into that in more detail as we progress into the reading. Behavior around the high will have kind of flat behavior around the high. It's nullified as well. Very difficult reading to determine overall direction with a nullification of both the high and the low card. But the low significator sideways rotation, it's also nullified, meaning that the low doesn't, when we make it to the low, somehow chart behavior makes it irrelevant, which is why I think it's probably a wild kind of day. Also, we have the price swings card for the trade indicator. Right, it's a breakout on the 8th. We're on track here with the breakout. And the Five of Swords, or the strife card, excuse me, the defeat card, the Five of Swords here shows up on the 8th on the one day, as well as the Emperor card. So we might even be like kind of like a little bit ahead. And I think that breakout is probably here in the morning. So there's some sort of notable, either it's a new high in the pre-market, or there's a notable reversal in the pre-market, one of the two. But there's a trough probably just before the open key price level, and this price level will be like a higher price level. We'll utilize it as support here, but it'll be a higher price level most likely than the price level of the close from the 5th. And off of that price level in the first half hour, we have a big move higher. Before I go any further, I want to make sure everybody's aware of the whole purpose of the channel, which is to transmute some of the competitive energy of the stock market into goodwill. And we do that by following through on the rule of karma, which is the unwritten agreement between those utilizing this information for profit and the universe. The universe will allow you to profit and build wealth for yourself as long as you're making it into a good deed. You must follow the rule of karma every time you profit, or the universe is going to shut you off. You don't get opportunity to like, oh, well, I should have done it, but I didn't. It's you do it the right way the first time, or you run out of opportunities to do it ever. That's how the universe has it done. So make sure to follow through. It's 5% of the profits forward to one of these charities through one of the links here. 5% of the profits back to the channel through one of these links. It leaves you at 90%, way more than a stockbroker would leave you with. Make sure to spend that money out of love. As long as you follow those rules, you're an angel investor of the channel. You've effectively transmuted some of the competitive energy of the stock market into goodwill, and the universe has got to send it back to you tenfold for following through, my friends. Let's get into the remainder of the reading. So fast sudden move higher out of that price level, that important price level on a 1-month scale there at least. A fast sudden move higher. There's like a scalp trade in there. You could open up a long position like first thing in the morning and close that long position probably in the midst of that scalp to the upside. We'll break through horizontal resistance, meet a second resistance, and then pull back to somewhere between those two price levels. And that price level up there is going to be somewhere between 10 and 12 o'clock, an important technical price level. It'll also be important on a 1-month scale at least, indicated by the science card, which is also cross-reading congruency for the defeat card, which is here. We also see the defeat card here. So I think this is a price level that we probably break through, and then we come back down to it between 11 and 12, and then we break down from it, declining to and through support to meet a second support midday where we rotate sideways. There's an important resistance highlighted between roughly 1 and 2, but probably closer to 2, and it's a resistance that we failed to break through many times before. It's probably the same resistance that we had here that we broke out through here early in the day and then broke back down through here, but we failed to break through it here between roughly 2 and 3, but probably closer to 2, and then there's a decline through a key support level on a 1-day scale there in that same 2 to 3 o'clock hour. A bit of a rally in the last hour, but that rally does end at some point before or at the close with a fast sudden move higher and then a breakdown through a diagonal trend line that we were rallying along. In the midst of that breakdown, we have increasing volatility on the way down. Really difficult to determine where the high is, but I think we probably see it somewhere around here and somewhere around here. There is a slight possibility of a lower price level right here around 1 o'clock. I mean, lower than what we had in the morning. It's a slight possibility, but it might also just be kind of like, this might have nothing to do with the timeline. It's hard to say. But that's SPY for the 8th. And what I would look to do, guys, is if I open up long positions the prior day on the 5th, at the end of the day, I would take those profits probably right here in the midst of this move to the upside. I wouldn't hesitate. I would take those profits and run. And that's SPY for January 8th, 2024. My friends, make sure to follow the channel or subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. If you have done so, be sure to make sure that you follow through on that rule of karma. The channel is relying on you. The universe is relying on you. Your own karma is relying on you, my friends. And guys, if you're really interested in planning ahead, which you can only do with SO meta analysis, which is this form of analysis, if you want to plan ahead, just so you know, you could have watched this video as early as November 1st of 2023, had you early access at the time. And you get early access on our website, Tarot for Traders, here on the Our Services tab, SO meta posts. Scroll down to, or it's right here at the top, early access to our posts. Click here to subscribe, $29 a month, $249 for a year. To be clear, guys, that gives you early access to everything that is public on the website. This does not give you access to the paid monthlies. This is early access to everything that comes out public on YouTube. It does not give you access to the paid full versions of anything that's a partial video. Those are paid monthly subscriptions, and they're entirely different. So just to be clear for you guys, but everything S&P 500 related is early access. With that said, guys, thanks so much for watching. Blessings to all my angel investors. I'll see you guys on the next one.